This week on Fat Guy Squared, anxiety and how we finally put it to rest.
Fat Guy Squared. Wait, you're offended? Go fuck yourself. Listen to something else. For those of you who want to be entertained, here's the podcast.
No, that's not how you... Okay.
Too much in that one, Nate.
My bad.
All right, we have a couple special guests. On my left, we have the incomparable Nate's lady friend. Go ahead, speak.
Hi.
Okay, too much. Too much! We don't allow the women to speak here. I'm sorry.
It's about time.
And on my right, Miss Aggravating herself, the one, the only, Lynn Ann Renard.
I was wondering if you're going to remember the name.
I actually forgot. I'm not going to lie to you. I keep losing my headphones because you pulled on the fucking wire.
No, you keep doing the same thing to me.
Yeah, you did it. All right, 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Technical difficulties.
There we go.
There you go.
Everybody here?
Yep.
Okay.
You know, with her I had a theme song picked out.
What
I had a theme song picked out for your wife.
was it? I'm a bitch. I'm a
No,
lover.
it's
I'm
because
a child.
of the boots she's wearing. I thought her song was going to be Pump, Pump, Pump It Up.
See, I would have went with Boot Scoot and Boogie.
Right,
Kurt?
that's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought.
Wow. They're on that wavelength, and we're just not, I guess.
Yeah, no, I'm not there.
Not there.
Fire on again.
Yes.
It is.
Can somebody shut that off?
Can you just press the power button? Wait, take the headphones
Who the
off,
hell
because that would have
turned
been
it on?
bad.
Who turned it on?
I don't know.
Maybe
sorry
one of your
about this,
kids
ladies.
did when we left.
We are so terrible at this job. Why did you put that up so
Because
loud?
she's so not. You can't
She
hear.
need to push her closer.
I'm not gonna yank her.
Look, push your chair closer. We're trying to get this all said
Really?
and done.
There we go.
There you go. You gotta own the mic. You gotta eat it like it's a piece of pork pie. A little bit of gravy on it.
Say something now.
Something.
There we go. Way better. That's what I like.
She sounds so mousy.
Yeah.
Hello, it's me.
It's me and Mario.
So what's the deal, Pat? What are we talking about? You made a big deal. Gotta get my girlfriend over here so you guys can have a shit talk.
We were going to have a 3-hour conversation about how small your penis is and how she likes microfilms.
I don't think it's gonna take 3 hours to talk about that.
Well, you know, we were gonna. What? No.
It's immaculate. I can't help it.
It's Why did you make that 2 words?
It's immaculate.
Immaculate. You just said immaculate.
And it's not immaculate. It's immaculate.
And I don't think that's the word you think it is.
No.
No.
That means really clean.
Yeah. That's probably not the right one. Yeah.
All right. So,
I enjoyed my 20s.
Oh my God. Now his butthole
I love it. You
breaks
look over
out.
her and she just.
All right, so we had a bunch of episodes related to anxiety, and believe it or not, one of those episodes, I believe, was the second one or the first one. It could have been either or. Well, that was actually one of our highest downloaded podcasts outside of the crazy sex ones.
Really?
Believe it or not, yeah. And we had a conversation for those folks who haven't listened to them, which I would tell you. Absolutely go back and listen to them because it's just a continuation. You're just doing one podcast. We've added a 4th person to the conversation because ultimately it was just me and 2 crazy motherfuckers. Now we have me and another very polite person and 2 crazy motherfuckers. So
maybe you're crazy.
No. You know what? And I'll say this right now. I've listened to the podcast where I was defending myself against you two crazies, and I've come to conclusion that I'm right and you guys are wrong. So now that I have another reasonable person down here, I'd like to ask her these same questions and see if she agrees with me.
Lynn, I got your back.
Okay. Got yours.
All right, so let's recap before we go into it, though. Lynn, when we were doing the other podcast, Lynn was being medicated for her anxiety problems and other things.
I still am, not was.
Okay, I'm recapping.
Put him in his place.
Fucking bitch.
This is great.
Anyway,
I love it. It's about
Lynn
time.
is being medicated for her anxiety problems. At the time, Nathan was not being medicated, and I've spoken to him. He has since decided to go speak to somebody. He has since decided to get on some type of...
I'm on heroin.
There you go. Get on some type of medication to offset the anxiety and hopefully get him in a better frame of mind.
I think that's going to also help with the weight loss, to be honest with you.
Oh, it will, because if you're not crazy stressed, you're not going to have to worry about it.
Yeah.
So, first off, if you don't want to get too much into this, we really haven't had a discussion about this, folks. So if he decides to stop, I'm just going to stop and we'll move on to another topic. But first, what decided you to physically go? And
What made you decide?
So here's the thing. I've had a lot of people in my life tell me, "Hey, Nate, you probably should go talk to somebody."
Oh, so it was on me. That's cool.
No. You made me realize that there are crazy people in this world, and I might be one of them.
But you're not nuts. You have a chemical imbalance.
Yeah. So there was a lot of things, some of which we're not going to talk about, but there were some things in my life that were going on that it was affecting my day-to-day. It was affecting, if anybody knows me, knows that when this particular thing happened, it was a problem. Like I was like, okay, something's up. Something's not right. I didn't know what it was. So I talked to the girlfriend about it, and she was just like, maybe you should go to the doctors. So I went to the doctors.
So it takes tits for you to go to see a fucking doctor. I have tits, goddammit. I've told you 100 times.
You know, when you start saying, hey, you either do this or no sexy time, I'm going to do whatever you say. So I went to the doctors, and first thing they do is they gave me this paper,
It actually looked like something you'd give like a second grader to practice handwriting, as a little laminated sheet full of questions.
And it was like, do you feel like this? Yes or no?
Or have you in the past like 2 or 3 weeks or something like that? Yeah.
And so I went through it, and so I walked in, and I don't remember I'm not going to talk about the exact problem, but when I went into the doctors, she came in, and I was like, so do you think I should do this, or what should I do here? And she was like, oh, no, you're just depressed. Yeah, and I was like, what do you mean? Do you like how do you know? And she's like, no, the test that we gave you shows that you're off the charts depressed.
Awesome.
And so I looked over at Amber, and I was like, what do you think? And she goes, duh. And just pretty much, I thought they were ganging up on me at first. Yeah, I really did.
But that's the steps most people would take to stop that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To have that conversation about it. I'm on the right side of the mic.
Yeah, you're good. So they said to me, we're going to put you on something. And my first thing that I said was, I'm in sales. I can't have something affect my personality. This is the only thing I have that helps sell.
And like we told you, it won't.
Yes. And she goes, I'm going to put you on, she put me on Prozac, which is, as people know, there's a number of different things out there. She put me on Prozac, but she put me on 20 milligrams, which I believe is a very, very mild amount. And I was like, great, I'm going to be on this for the rest of my life. And she goes, I will have you off of this by the end of this year at the latest. I will not allow you to be on it for more than a year.
Yep, and you'll be on something else.
Whatever the case, she doesn't. She's just.
Yeah, but I mean, did you see a general physician, or did you go to an actual psychiatrist?
I went to a general physician.
All right, so your next step needs to be a psychiatrist of some sort.
So right now with the new job and everything, I have to wait for my insurance to kick back in. But
I get that.
I'm on this medication, and The first few days sucked of it. Like, royally sucked.
Like, help me out. What Now, did you, Amber? I'm going to say.
Have you noticed a difference yet?
Have you noticed anything different, or?
Nothing like insane, not like a huge difference, but there has. Yes.
The few times I've talked to him, he seems a little bit more open, less guarded to go do other things.
Yeah, that, and there's less instances of that paralyzing I can't move anxiety.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's all you can really ask for, honestly.
Yeah, so when I first started taking them, Amber will tell you I was sick. Like I was getting sick. I was stomach issues. I was dizzy. So what I did was I changed it, and I'm taking the pill at night before bed.
Oh yeah.
That's how I do mine.
So I do it that way because I don't want it to be. If it is a drastic jump, I didn't want it to happen while I was working because I started this like my third day on the job, and I was like, "Oh, great! They met me, and now I'm a psycho." You know.
I mean, you were a psycho before you got the job, so.
But I didn't want these pills to change. They're like, "This isn't the guy that we hired."
Yeah, yep.
So it was very hard. I'm not one that's good for taking things repeatedly at the right time.
You're actually terrible at it.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I don't even need the soundboard today.
Nathan,
this is going to be
it's
great.
called an alarm clock.
Yeah, so she's got me in the habit now. I take it before bed, and I'm doing well with it. The things that I've noticed is I'm willing to come out of my comfort zone more. That's a big thing.
So you're willing to come in your comfort zone.
Only come in my comfort zone. I'm willing to try different. Like, we went to Newport this past Sunday.
Oh yeah.
There was a shit ton of people.
I refuse to go there. I hate going to Newport.
And I held it together.
I just don't like people enough to go out to a place like that. Though they got Fort Adams out there. It's really cool if you guys end up out there again.
My parents went there this weekend, and they liked it.
I will tell you that, so you remember we went to, folks, what you got to understand is during our little break, Pat and Lynn invited me and Amber out, and we went to Providence Place Mall. And Pat took us to dinner over there, and we went to the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, it was great.
And
Yum.
I will tell you that if Amber was sitting next to me, the whole time my leg was shaking. And I was like, my head was rotating like a parrot.
Which doesn't make sense because, you know what? I understand. And again, I'm going back to this, and this is one of the questions I was going to ask you. When you're with people that you trust or you're around or whatever the case is, the ability to go and do new things, is that...
God, I'm writing something to him because I want to know if that paper towel is clean.
Oh, I have no idea. You know what? Here, if it isn't, you'll find out in a minute.
Thank you. Jeez.
All right, so when you go out with people that you trust, regardless if it's a new situation or not, do you get paralyzed with fear or I don't know if I'm going to like it or whatever the case is? Or
I like to have as much information as I can. Like if I'm going to a new restaurant, I like to have an idea of what the menu looks like.
I got you, which makes sense. I'll give you that.
I like to know where it is. I like to have like a general idea. But if I'm with people that I've gone out with before, people that I know, it's not as bad.
It's not. But I mean, you're asking for basic things.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, okay, I haven't been there, but it's the Providence Place Mall. All right, that's not a big deal. Oh,
right.
Cheesecake Factory. I think I've had something like that. Not a big deal kind of thing.
Right.
So your point of view is like my point of view. It's not something I've ever done, but fuck it. Let's go and do whatever we got to do. Have a good time kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Now, what you didn't hear in the podcast is I had the situation where they're going to a restaurant and it's not one that they've been at and so on and so forth. And both of them answered pretty much identical.
I think I told you about this, where we had to find the bathroom. We had to sit on the outside.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. They both answered pretty much identical. They got to be able to see the people coming in. They got to be able to, one of the examples he did is prior to being there, he would go there to verify it's there, that kind of thing. Or try to eat at the restaurant before anybody has ever been there. And I was like, that's fucking strange. That's not something that.
Yeah, I've never gotten to that level. I have like if someone else has been there, I'll ask. I'll look at the menu. Sometimes I'll pull it up on like Google Maps to see where it is.
Very basic things, which you would expect.
But yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, but to say that I would be to that, no. Where I sit really depends on who I'm with.
I got you.
Because I know he likes to see the door.
Yeah, that was a fight. That was a great fight because where we sat, I purposely sat us in the way that this particular Cheesecake Factory set up. The bar is down at this like next to a bunch of glass panels, and the main door is
almost like a sunroom.
Exactly, and the main door is to the right of the left of the side panels and what have you. So myself and my wife were sitting where I was facing the main door, and she was kind of like sideways so she could stare at everybody. She was cool with it, and I actually thought Nathan was going to lose his mind. I think I actually asked him. Did I ask him
Yes.
if he wanted us to switch or whatever? And he goes, no, we're good. And I was amazed that you – I know what you're saying now that your leg was going stupid crazy, but you look like you kept it together well.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Well,
there's a lot of things like when I walked in to that event, I was already anxious as could be because there was a lot of traffic on the highway.
I got you.
I was worried we were going to be late the whole time, even though we were like 3 minutes late, I think.
No, you were late. It's okay.
We were like 3 minutes late, and the whole time in my head, I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? Pat's going to be so mad. What the hell? Even though I know what kind of person you are, and you're going to be like, yeah, I'm going to give him a hard time about it, but you really don't give a shit.
I really didn't care.
But in my head, I'm like, I'm such an asshole. I'm freaking late. Then we had to find parking, which was extreme. And then we're walking in through a back entrance of...
That's the only entrance.
No, it's not. There's one near the door where I was sitting.
Yeah, no, but I mean, the main entrance is the back entrance. It fucks everybody up.
I didn't know, so I was like, oh my God, where are we? And then are we going to be able to find them? What's happening? Then we got there, and I was like, okay, first off, one thing about me, I hate stools.
Why did you... Again,
I know, but here's the thing, dude.
Those weren't stools. Those were chairs.
Yeah.
Chairs, but you know what I'm saying? They were up. My feet were dangling. I don't like that.
It's not my fault you're a little child.
And so I didn't like that at all. But I was like, okay, I'm here. We're going to make do. Now, what you folks need to understand about this event
is that I asked him multiple times if you'd like to move, if you'd like to do different things.
Not that.
And every single time he would go, no, we're good. We're good.
And I was keeping it together. And then it came to choosing what to eat.
All right, wait.
They're laughing, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to paint the picture. Now, the way the Cheesecake Factory works is they bring out bins of bread. So there's 3 types of bread, and it's at the table, and we've all been chomping on the bread. And his girlfriend has been there a bunch of times, and she's tried different foods. My wife and I have been there a couple times, and Nathan was a virgin going to this particular place. So I was trying to tell him, get the steak, get to this, get to that, and the other thing. My wife's like, well, when all else fails, get a hamburger. There's nothing on there. And his girlfriend, God bless her soul, sitting there going, you like chicken. Get the chicken. Okay, this is the kind of chicken that you're going to like.
I didn't have a say in the fucking matter, people.
You tried to order macaroni and cheese.
He did. He did.
Which, come to find out, if you folks listen to one of my podcasts, I shouldn't have carbs.
Or cheese.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to order both. But instead I got
Actually, it's funny. You picked the exact meal that Kelly picked out for you.
Really? What was it?
You got the chicken Bellagio.
Chicken Bellagio.
It was breaded chicken with prosciutto and angel hair pasta.
And it was delicious. And it was enough food, and it didn't put me over the top, and none of the stuff in the meal made me sick. But the point of this story is I didn't have a say in the matter, but it brought me out of my comfort zone. People know me, know I like things a specific way, and that's that. I don't go off the beaten path. My girlfriend will tell you 90% of the places that we go to, I need to make sure they have a turkey club with what?
Actually,
he actually tried to buy that too.
With mashed potatoes. But actually, we did go out to a restaurant, Twin River, and there was not a turkey club on the menu, and he specifically requested a turkey club.
Yeah, and I had them make me one.
Oh, that's weird. I mean, I'm happy that you were going out of your comfort zone to try a new restaurant, but to physically force somebody to make a turkey club.
He's like, excuse me, can I have a turkey club? And she was like, yeah, which I found very concerning because there was nothing on the menu that had lunch meat, so I don't know. You probably ate someone else's lunch.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably.
Some random janitor didn't have any kind of food because you ate his turkey.
We got to get this kid a fucking turkey club. Where's Ed? Ed. So
All right. So let me rephrase. Let me go back into it. So, okay, you really didn't have a say in the matter as far as the food goes, even though you did. Honestly, it was just what everybody was trying to get you to do.
yeah.
When the meal was completely done, how did you feel? Was it a decent meal? Were you okay with everything?
Yeah, I didn't. That's the thing. If I would have ate what's in my comfort zone, I know I would have felt sick and shitty afterwards, and probably would have never made it up to Dave and Buster's.
Well, we're going to that conversation after this.
But because I ate something, I felt good enough where I was like, okay, I can do what's next.
And I mean, you had a good time all together, right?
Yeah, I only felt a little shitty after the meal because we went up 19 flights going in around and around in a circle, and my equilibrium said, fuck you. And so...
Well, I mean, it works out well when you're a fat person and you don't want to wait for an elevator. See, the problem is that particular store, you got to walk out of the restaurant, walk around, walk back around, and then you would have to take like 10 different escalators to get to the first floor, and then a bunch of it's a pain.
And
in
it
the
was
ass.
a Saturday, folks, during graduation week in.
He said graduation.
I was hoping you guys didn't catch that.
So we ended up at Dave and Buster's, and I found something out that I've never noticed about my cousin. Now, as you all know, my cousin's a gambler. He loves to gamble. Dave and Buster's is not the kind of place where you gamble. It's just you go there.
It's gambling for babies.
Oh, well, you're lucky I don't punch you in the gut. I'm just saying. All right, so I have witnessed my cousin, even though it's not a gambling spot, lose his fucking mind playing games. He got the wide-eye stare.
You kept saying that. I was like,
Lynn, did you not see him? Did he have a wide-eyed stare? Did he have a wide-eyed stare? I'm just saying. Was it just me, or did he actually have something along those lines?
Depending on what game he was playing.
You started playing those coin games, and you were like, "I gotta get this next coin. I gotta do this."
and I want to let you know, I saw a side of my girlfriend that I've never seen before.
Which is what?
Because as you knew, all right. So one thing about me and my girlfriend is we got one card. Pat and his wife got two cards.
I find that
We've
so
been
strange.
married, that's why.
Yeah, I got one card, and me and the girlfriend would just split it. And I would be like,
No. That's the thing, though. You weren't splitting.
Hold on, let me rephrase.
You
I
would
will hold on to
the
it.
card, and you go, "You want to play this?
Yeah, and
Do you
she-
want to play this? How about you? You want to play? Okay, let me slide that for you. You want to play
I held
this?
control of the card until we went and did this token thing. Once we did that, you guys walked away. She took the fucking card out of my hand, and she was...
You know why? Because I told her to take the fucking card, and I
She
said,
was addicted. You were, like, in the zone.
It
That's
also
my
helped that it
games.
was your money, not mine.
You see this?
Anyway, so we got completely off topic here.
Dave and Buster's.
No, I was talking about anxiety.
Well, I had anxiety in Dave & Buster's.
How?
Too many people.
That does it for me sometimes. When
Yeah,
there's
I'm not
crowds
gonna
and there's
lie.
like no like order to it, that stresses
We
me
just
out.
witnessed it today with you when we were at the Wright's
Oh
Farm.
yeah, that was a lot.
She was...
Well, yeah, I don't like going there on the weekend.
But yeah, that dairy farm was really busy. at
You
that
guys should
point.
try that during the holidays. There's literally a line of people around the building.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's definitely
ridiculous.
easier to go there during the week.
So, I mean, since taking the medication,
Oh, yeah.
my anxiety... One thing about me, for instance, when we go mini golfing, and there's... You know when you go...
You do that a lot.
What, mini golf?
Yes.
Yes. And you know when you go and you get to the point where there's somebody in front of you and you can't go past? I'm an asshole. I'm a total jerk. Normally, I'm just sitting there like, oh, this is good. I'm glad I can play 18 holes in 5 hours. This is going to take forever because
In
somebody's...
case, who
And some
doesn't
poor
know,
little kid is in front of you and can't first
Yeah,
time doing it.
Fuck them.
they don't charge by the hour.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm
It's
saying.
one flat rate regardless of how long it takes you.
So since taking the pills...
Why can't you just take your time?
You're supposed to take your time and
Nor-
have fun.
all right.
It's mini golf.
So normally, I would either complain or I would just say, babe, screw these people. We each got one, and I'd go to the next hole. Now,
How do you enjoy yourself doing that?
taking the pills, last time we went, I was sitting there and I was like, okay, this sucks. There's a lot of people in front of us, but screw it. What are we going to do? So I would like bounce the ball or do something. I wasn't complaining obnoxiously. I didn't skip everybody. It's
You should get yourself a fidget spinner.
I have one. I have one at my house. So my point is, it's allowing me to take a step back a little bit. I'm not. It's taking the edge off. That's basically.
I think maybe you're just finding out that being an asshole isn't all that much fun.
I just don't like. I'm very impatient.
No, your entire life is based off of the immediate fix. I mean, honestly, ever since you started working, it's the immediate fix.
Gratification.
That's what you are. I mean, you didn't know this?
Folks, what you don't understand is they all turned on me in one moment.
No, well, hold it. Nobody turned on you.
Oh, I feel it.
Hey, wait a minute. Look at your lifestyle in terms of how you work, how you like to work. The job that you love is an immediate gratification thing.
Yeah, I close deals. I make it. It's my job. It's
yeah, but it's immediate. It's not a long haul. It's not a lifelong scenario.
I agree with you. I mean, a little bit. Like, for instance, the podcast. I don't allow you to do it because I'm so concerned that something would get messed up. And rather than explaining the whole thing, I'll just do it on my own.
At which point, that's great. But that's not what I'm saying.
But what I'm agreeing with you in the sense that I'm a control freak.
It's not that you're a control freak, Nate. It's just
No,
that
he is.
your entire life.
Who are you?
Look at your history in terms of how you've worked, how you've lived, everything that you do. Like even gambling, it's an instant gratification moment in your life. It's the highs and the lows of doing it. I know a bunch of people. It's a gambler's mentality. That's what a lot of people have. It's not a bad thing. I'm just explaining to you what it is that you have. It is what it is. Like I don't have that lifestyle. Mine is the long burn. I'll sit on a joke for 100 years and then come back and kick in the nuts when nobody's watching. That's what I would do. I'm a completely different guy.
Yeah, no.
Like, busting balls is a lifelong thing for me.
It's just like my friends always yell at me because, like, when it comes to, say, upgrading my computer,
All right.
I will go and pay $200 more to go to Best Buy and get it today rather than order it online and wait a week and spend $200 less.
That's crazy.
That's instant gratification.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not knocking who you are. I'm saying that's what your lifestyle is. You can't have something 3 weeks out. You have to have it tomorrow.
Yeah, we were actually going through this yesterday because I was over at Amber's house and her father has been wanting to go magnet fishing.
I've seen that. It's pretty cool.
I want to try it, and so we were like, we wanted to fish, but me and him were not willing to wait to order, so we were looking online for an hour on where we could find a magnet today, at what store, and where we can go pick it up now.
That's crazy.
It was just how it is. That's just...
It doesn't make sense to me. It's not who I am, so I don't know. I don't mind waiting 3 weeks to save $200. That's just me. I don't mind doing that. Like, I mean, if you were to buy a shed tomorrow, are you going to buy the instant shed and hope for the best? Or
Yeah, but I think
maybe.
that's also one of the things where we're older and we know that you can't get everything right off the bat.
like
have
you
to
in
wait.
video games. How do you do with video games?
I buy it when I bought to buy it.
Yeah, but what if it's not out yet?
Well, then I don't think about it. Like I don't go like that when it comes to video games. Like I know what you're saying. Like if there's a new video game that came out, my buddy Alex, Alex.
Oh yeah.
He'll go, "Oh, dude, this is a new game. Oh, I can't wait to try it." And I'll be like, "All right, cool." And I'll buy it for like $49. And he'll be like, "Well, I'm not gonna buy it until it's on sale for like $20. So you're just gonna sit on it." And I'm like, "Oh shit, I just bought it for no reason."
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
you
but
also,
have you ever done, like, he's done the midnight releases
No,
sometimes.
I will never do that
Oh, why not?
because I'm not that concerned about games.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's something that you've done. A
Dude,
midnight
my
release
husband's
on.
taken day off of work after he got his game.
I don't know. Like, I won't do that for that. I won't do it for movies. I won't go Black Friday shopping or any of
Oh
that
no,
shit.
we tried that. We tried that once when she was pregnant with Joe.
Nope.
I
The
went-
youngest, Ashton.
Ashton, and the only thing that I've done is fight off people fighting over TVs. That was.
I'll
about
do
it.
that with gambling.
But see, that's what I'm saying. That's just the way you think. That's your
like,
lifestyle.
Like, what you guys don't know, my buddy just texted me when we started this podcast. And he goes, I'm heading down to Twin River, probably be there at 4-ish, but I got to leave at 7:30. I'm 45 minutes away. And he's like, "Nate, are you joining me?" In my head, I'm trying to contemplate what time we'll be exactly done so I can get there.
Now, why do you have to gamble?
I don't. It's just I don't know.
Well, if you decide to go further into the to the world of getting your life in a better place, bring that up because it might be something that could be adding to your anxiety.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain things like gambling.
You have an addiction.
It's a controlled addiction.
No,
Yes.
it's not.
Yes,
no.
it is.
Because right now, if it's a controlled addiction, if
What happens if you don't make it to tonight?
I'm not going. That's all. I'm not even like in my head. I'm not going.
all right,
Okay.
but if you don't go tonight, are you going to go home and gamble online?
No,
Not at all.
no,
No, I'm not. Again, I'm not
No,
jumping
no.
down your throat. I'm asking.
no. Like for right now, I'm up a good amount. So in my head, I'm good. Like I told Amber, my buddies want to go play poker Friday. Okay, this coming Friday.
All right.
At Twin River. In my head, I'm planning on going. And if I go, I'm going with $100, which is still $2,900 more. I'm up right now.
Now, again,
So-
we're not knocking what you're saying or doing. You can be up. It's your money. Do what you want to do with it.
Let me rephrase. Before, I was getting up going, I'm bored today. I guess I'm going to go to the casino. That's how I was doing it. Now, if I want to go, I'm going to plan it out. It has to be a reason. It's not, I'm bored. Let me just go to the casino. That was the problem I had.
How many times a week, rather, did you used to gamble? Like, let's say a year ago.
Twice or three times
A week.
a week.
At how many hours a clip?
Oh, it depends on how quickly I lost my money.
Okay.
An hour to 3 hours.
All right. So from then till now, in a given week. Now, mind you, I'm talking about online gambling, going to a casino, getting a scratch card, whatever the case is. It's all considered gambling if you pay for it and you
Yeah.
could possibly not get the money back. All right. So from 2 to 3 times, 3 hours at a clip, how many hours a week do you do it now?
Oh,
Don't look at your girlfriend. I'm asking you.
it I mean, that's a tough call because, like, you remember we went to Vegas?
I got you.
Since we went to Vegas, I didn't go up until like a week and a half ago.
I understand that.
So that's tough.
You're starting to lose your edge, and you want to get your fix again. I get it. How? Okay, in a week and a half, how many times have you gambled?
Twice.
All right, so 3 hours
that
at
wrong?
a time, or
I mean, I don't know what you're doing online.
No, I haven't. I haven't done anything online.
so I mean, again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just letting you know. I don't care what he does with his money. I don't care what he does with his time. It's just I'm trying to point out the fact that it's an addiction, regardless of how you view it. You have an addiction to gambling. You quelled your addiction when you went to Vegas because you went there for 8 days or 7 days
That
of
was ridiculous. Never
nonstop
again.
gambling.
Never again.
And that stopped you from wanting to do it for what's kind of like a fat kid in candy. Yeah, I overdosed. I'll give it a couple of months and then I'm going back to it. It's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying it's your time, it's your whatever the case is, and you have a great head on your shoulders saying, listen, not for nothing, I'm ahead, whatever the case is, $100 and I'm done.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe it's something
And
you
it's
should
also
look into.
it's also you have to be smart about it. I know that sounds kind of counterintuitive, but like when I go, like the two times I've gone gambling, it was because me and Amber were spending the night there, right?
Okay, I get it.
So when I went to gamble, she's next to me. So like if I put it in and I won,
You put it in and won, huh?
when I put it in the money and I won, I would give her.
listening to this?
I gave her my money. I let her hold on to it, and then I would look at her and be like, "How am I? Am I up or am I down?" And she'd be like, "You're up right now, $60." And I'd be like, "Okay, hold on to 40 of it. Give me another 20." And then I'd go play with that 20. And then at the end of the night, I was like, "How much am I down?" She's like, "Well, you started with 100. You were up to 1,200. You're down $40. You're at 1140."
All right, now, Amber, what exactly did you do the entire time that you were holding his money?
Nothing. I don't gamble.
So you just stood there and watched them.
I watched. I'm a money person, so I counted every penny that went into that machine.
That was it, huh? Now, in your mind, and
Oh,
again,
geez.
no, I'm going to ask this because I can't speak on this, folks, because I don't gamble. I'm going to be first to tell you, I've never, when I gamble, it's usually a scratch off, and even then I stop and I go, this is stupid. I lost $2.
I lost 15 in a slot machine in Foxwoods. That's the only time I've ever gambled.
All right. Well, we've actually gone to Foxwoods with $100 each, and we didn't blow any money because we didn't want to go gamble.
I would shop before or eat before I gamble.
So, and again, it not taken away from Nathan's perspective because he's having a good time. It's his money. He can do whatever he wants to do. But in your mind, you're thinking, I'm gathering you're thinking like we are, like this is just a complete waste of money and time. Or, I mean, if it's a good time for you, you would go through it kind of thing. Am I wrong or help me out here?
I think it's wasteful because I think there's so many better things that he could be doing with it, but it's...
But, I mean, it's a pastime. As long as there's a set number that you stop, I don't see this going to be a problem.
As long as you stop when you say you're going to, sure.
Well, that's just it. See, I don't know that about him. Do you stop when you're going to stop or say you're going to stop or do you continue?
Yeah, so I have... She'll tell you. When we first met, first time we went to the casino, she watched me, and tell me if I'm exaggerating, either $500 or $600 in 20 minutes.
That's fucking stupid.
Right? Or something like that?
It was ugly. Yeah, it got ugly.
And... I sat there and I kept doing it, and in my head she was like, "Give me a look," and in my head I was fine. Like, okay, I lost $500.
I got to tell you, that story when you told that to me and you told it to her, we both kind of went, "You lost how much?
Yeah.
Why the fuck did you gamble that much?"
So
that's what I said.
It didn't. I walked away from the machine like, I lost. I wasn't upset, was I?
No, which made me even more angry, to be honest.
So
with you.
I wasn't upset in any way, and then I looked at her, and she gave me this look.
Well, first off, your first problem is bringing her to a fucking casino when she's already told you she doesn't gamble.
Well, this is in the beginning of us dating.
I still wasn't gambling.
Yeah, she wasn't gambling, and we went to Mystic that day, right? Mystic
Yeah,
Aquarium.
we were at Foxwoods that day.
Yeah, bitch, we were missing.
So we went
fucking gamble.
So when that happened, the thing that made it click in my brain, because I have a very addictive personality. I know that about me. I was fine. I lost the money, whatever. It was when she looked at me and goes, "You know the trip to Quebec?" I said, "Yes." She goes, "That was the hotel for the entire time." And instantly I was like, wow, holy shit. So now when I go, if I go, there has to be a reason I'm going. I'm not going to the casino to gamble on my own, first off. If I have to go to a casino and gamble on my own, that's where I feel I have a problem. If I'm having a drink mid-afternoon by myself, or I'm going to a bar by myself mid-afternoon, I feel you have a problem.
I've been drinking in the morning. It's not something that I do all the time, and again, the mindset that you have is I don't think it's appropriate because it's a one-time thing, you're okay. Two-time things, you're okay. It's the 100th time thing, or I have to get down there and I have to make sure that we have people in our lives, my wife and I, where some of them are very addicted to gambling to the point where losing properties and losing this, that, and the other thing, and they didn't even notice or care.
That's a problem.
And then on the backside, it's I won $100, I won $10, I won $25, and you ask them that one question. You say, "How much did you lose?" And they start to get pissed off and turn on you and feel, and that's why in my world I'll never be a gambler, because when I ask that question before I even gamble.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of the gamblers, they don't ask that question. It's like, oh, well, no, it doesn't matter how much I lost. I won $10.
Like, even my father asked me that. And the thing is like this past Saturday, I walked in, not this Saturday.
On him? What?
No. Last Saturday, right? Yeah, last Saturday.
It was a week ago, yeah.
Yeah, I went in. My buddy asked me to go to the casino with him.
I got you.
Which if he hears this right now that I'm talking about this live, he's probably going to be in trouble. But I don't care.
Does he have an addictive bone as well?
He much worse than me.
Right. Okay.
And for me, he said to me, "Hey, do you want to meet me there?" And we were spending the night there.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I was like, "Yeah, I'll meet you, but I have to be back at 4 because I'm going to meet her at my house." And he's like, "Okay, that's cool." So I met him there at like 1:30 in the afternoon on a Saturday. And we went upstairs to play Texas Hold'em. I brought $100 with me. Technically, I brought more because I had to loan him money to use. But we'll forget about that.
That bastard.
So I went, I played with my 100. I left This is where the problem was. I left the Texas Hold'em up $500. He left, and he went home. I called up Amber. I'm like, Amber, guess what? I'm up, blah, blah, blah. I'm at $600. And she's like, good for you. And I was like, all right, I'm going to be taking off. I'll see you home. I didn't. I was planning on it, but there was a slot machine that I saw, and I was like, oh, I've never seen that before. I want to play it. So I put $100 in. And I won another $300. And so I was like, oh, my God, I won this money, blah, blah, blah. So I started going downstairs to get my car. My car was in valet. And I was like, I always liked that Wheel of Fortune. Let me put $100 in there. The second spin I hit. Needless to say, I happened to be on a lucky streak. And I got up to 1,280 or something like that.
Fascinating.
And so I took the $1,200, put it in my pocket, and I said, I'm going to play with this 80. I lost the 80. I said, I'm out of here. That's it.
The point is that up until you took that money out and left, which is what I would have done, that's when the addictive personality came out. I mean, the whole story, all I heard after that first 5 seconds was, oh, I'm up. Let me play this. I'm up. Let me play that. I'm up. Let me. And the word that you need to add into that is I'm up.
Okay, so here's how I look at things. I was up in the very beginning. I walked away from Texas Hold'em with $600 in total.
Okay.
100 of it mine, 500 positive.
I'm not knocking any of that. And you're right. You do what you got to do. It's your money. I get that.
If I took $100 from that and I put it in a slot machine and I didn't win anymore, I lost that 100.
Okay, but again,
let me finish.
If you look at that from the world of everybody else, going there with $100 and losing $100, great. All that extra money that you have, now I know you don't have a lot of bills or anything along those lines, but everybody else in the world, that's a mortgage payment. That's a car payment.
I understand that.
And then you put another $100, $200 in. And this is maybe, and I'm just trying to make you understand where maybe she's coming from, why we don't gamble, because she doesn't view it. And again, if I'm speaking out of term, please let me know, Amber. Mm-hmm. She doesn't view any money that you win as excessive money to play with. It's just money that needs to go into the bank so you can pay this bill or to hold on to it for future reference or whatever the case is. And just like I do, and I mean, honestly, if I go there with $100 and I'm out $100, I'm great. But if I go there with $100 and I win $1,000, I'm done. I'm not going to go play anything else because in my mind, I still only have the excess money that I brought.
So in my head, how I look at it is, when I walk into a casino with $100, if I lose the $100, I'm whatever. I expected walking and losing that.
All right.
If I take that 100 and I flipped it to 600, like I said, I have 500 positive. I'm taking that. I still have my initial $100 bill. As far as I'm concerned, I can take that $100 bill and play with that $100 bill till I win it or I lose it.
All right. So if you win $1 million right now, and decided to play and dropped it back down to zero.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
That's what I just heard.
No. If I have $100 and I win 500,
all right.
Now I'm at a total of 600.
All right.
I put 500 in my pocket. It's never coming out of my pocket until I leave the casino.
But that's not what you said.
That's what I just said. And then I took that 100 and put it in another slot machine where I won another 300. Put that in my pocket. Then I took that same 100, put it in another machine.
Did you guys hear that? Is that what you heard? Because I didn't hear that at all. And my wife's not even listening. I'm glad that you're a part of this podcast,
I'm
please.
listening.
Well, what did he say? Is that what he said for that?
I don't know. It feels like I'm doing math homework right now.
My point is that I got to 1280.
All right.
I had in my head at that point 1200 in my pocket. I said I still got 80 as an odd number. I play with that 80. Soon as I lost that 80, I was out the door skedaddle.
See, and that's where you're growing up right there. I'll give you that. I'll give you that one.
So that's my point is even when I went back that night with Amber, it's not like I went a second time. I was going with her because we were spending the night. After we ate, which we ate for free.
I'm not knocking any of it.
I mean, it wasn't really on their dime.
Huh?
Oh, shit.
That's money they gave you because you spent money.
That's how you get. That's basically when you say you get free rooms, you're not really getting a free room. It's because you have gambled there and put so much money into that. They're giving that to you because they know they're going to get you to come back in.
Sure.
You have a big S on your forehead and say, hey, if I give you a free room, he's going to come back in and dump more money here.
Sure. Which the reason they gave me this free stuff was prior to me going to Vegas when I was going quite a lot. So it's not like it was earned recently. So we went to eat that
But
night.
still, you have to think about it. Technically, how much money did you have to put into that?
You're not in a room of gamblers, so you're not
Yeah,
going to win
I'm-
this argument.
If my gambling buddies out there could come on real quick and
Oh, look. All right. We're going to get off of this because Nate's really starting to get uncomfortable. He's swaying back and forth at this point. So we're going to end this shortly.
This was supposed to be about anxiety.
It
not
was.
Nathan's
which is
gambling
what I'm
issue.
getting right now.
Not Nathan's gambling issue.
Understand, Nathan. I didn't bring this up to become something else. I was just bringing it up because it's a part of the anxiety and the lifestyle that you like to lead. I'm not knocking any of that, and I'm not knocking how you feel or think about it. You do what you got to do. It's your money, and you're a grown man.
My whole point that I was trying to make is just like a diet, just like drinking, just like going to the casino. If you're used to going to Taco Bell 5 times a week, and you say, I want to go on a diet, and you cut Taco Bell down to 1 day a week, okay?
I couldn't eat it even
I'm
then.
just saying, if you do that, you're ahead of the game because you're doing it way less than what you were.
Yeah,
so
but
if I was going to the casino 3 times a week and now I go once a month, I think I'm doing pretty damn good.
Yeah, but that's a completely weird way of looking at the world because you decided to go once a month, now you're obligated to go once a month because I haven't gone any other time.
No, I'm saying
That's
that
what
if-
you just said.
I'm saying if you have a desire that much to go and you cut it back to 1 time a month,
Okay, if you were a drinker and you drank enough,
and you were
to-
drinking a bottle a day,
a bottle a day, then you cut it back and you say, you know what, I'm not doing it anymore. But then after a month and a half, you go, I've been so good, I haven't drank. I'm going to do 1 bottle this one day. And then a month from then, you're going to do 1 bottle this one day. Are you still drinking way too much, or are you actually better because you haven't?
well, I think it'd be more difference if you decided to have 1 cup.
Well, but again, he's doing a bottle instead of a cup. You see my point? You get what I'm saying?
I get, but it's a little different in the gambling aspect because if I go into a casino 3 times a week, dropping $1,000 a day, and then I go once a month and I bring $100, that's way different.
No, and again, I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying anything about you gambling. It's your money. You do what you want to do. I'm just trying to tell you that if you decide to go the next step, maybe talk about that as well and try to work with the anxiety thing. I'm telling you, it'll make you a lot better. You know, unfortunately, there are a lot of people in our lives that have gone the gambling route, the drinking route, the drug route, and unfortunately, they're not here or they've lost everything. It just so happens you're on an uptake right now, which is all because of me, because we do this. So you're welcome.
So do you like get up and just stroke it like your big ego you?
I don't have an ego. What I have is the fact that I'm so terribly bad at everything that I own it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You know, if I own it,
I love that your wife just said, yeah,
it's true. I got to tell you, man, you fake it till you, what is the thing?
fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. Well, I own that till I die.
Gotcha.
I fake orgasm her all the,
Yeah. Okay.
and on that note, we completely made Nate pissy. So the next one's going to be great. We're going to talk about relationships and how well we're doing with them.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, look at him. Look at that. Look at the sweat is literally starting to pool. Like I'll mark it right here on his head for him. Right there is. Anyway, Nate, we ended every podcast the same way. And this time it's no different, except I'm going to ask the ladies because that's the manly shit to do, you motherfucker. So, Nate, how you feeling?
I was doing pretty good.
Oh, stop it, you big pussy. Amber, how you doing, hon?
Good.
Everything good?
Everything good.
Week's going well?
Yes.
You got to deal with some assholes?
Yes.
Some big assholes?
Definitely.
Wow, those eyes turn super fast. Holy shit, like cheetah. Like, Lynn,
Yeah.
how you doing, hon?
Good.
Everything's good?
Yep.
Are you going to give me a back rub later?
No.
We're going to do some nastiness?
No.
I'm going to put your leg over my arm or swing her around
No,
like
we
a
can
cheetah.
put-
Honestly,
put
that
ice on my
elevation
foot.
might be good for it.
Listen, Amber, I liked you.
My wife, my wife had an operation and she had her foot worked on. Now she's all gimpy and shit. It's great. I love it.
Bump, pump it up.
I'm telling you, I have her put on a special hat, and she drools a lot. It's great.
Stop it.
Okay. On that note, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Folks, have a great day. Take it easy.
Toodaloo.
Hey, folks, that was the show. Now here's the routine. Nate?
You can reach us over at fatguysquared@gmail.com. You can watch us on YouTube and Twitch. Hit us up on Facebook and Twitter. And, of course, like and subscribe to us on podbean.com, iTunes, and Android.
Take it easy.